This is Weatherways, which is my altered book project that I've been working on for a few weeks. I found this book at the free library, and these are some of the pages that I've worked on so far. I've been doing some blackout poetry, some collaborations with my daughter, some spreads like this. This is one of my favorites, and if you look back at my posts on Instagram, you'll see some close-ups of this. Using kind of a color scheme and trying to work with the words that are in the book. That's one of the beauties of doing an altered book, is that you already have words to play with, as well as I can write my own words in. This is a page that's in progress. I felt really strongly about it when I was working on it, and I had this sort of vision for it, but suddenly I've lost the vision and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. So I'm skipping this page for now, and I'm moving on to the next. So when you look at the pages, they look like this, and I'm making use of some of the images that are in them, but other pages I want to cover up. So this has one little coat on it so far. I used some Essential Fluid Acrylic Colors by Opus, so this is a really liquidy acrylic paint. I wanted to make it look a little bit antique-y, so I used this Amsterdam acrylic. This is a great one for journaling because they're not very expensive, and this is Titan Buff. And then I used a little bit of my Tim Holtz Distress Spray stain. This is a walnut color one, and that's what creates this sort of coffee color in here. But if you've been watching my other pages and my 100-day project, I also use real coffee to stain the pages. So I'm liking this page so far. I have some collage pieces that I would like to add. However, what's been driving me a bit nuts lately is the stickiness of the acrylics. And one thing that is a little less sticky is if you use gesso. So I'm just going to show you how I add a little bit of gesso. I'm taking some out of the pot, and then I often just work in the lid, and I'm going to add a little bit of that. Okay, so the pages are dry now. I dried it with a little craft dryer, and the gesso, you can even hear it. It has a little bit of texture to it, and it's not quite as sticky as the acrylic. So I get to have that color of the Titan Buff and the Distress ink showing through, but then the gesso gives me a bit of a texture that's not going to stick so much. So I have these collage elements I want to work with. This is a piece of paper that's just some of my handwriting with acrylic ink onto newsprint, and it was something I found in my scraps bin. And then I found this little piece of words that I cut out a couple of days ago, I guess, and it says streams of water. And I found it on the desk in my creative chaos with this piece of paper. And I liked how the handwriting kind of reminded me of water too. And so I felt like it was a bit serendipitous and that I should put this together. So for gluing, I like to use this heavy gel matte medium. I like to use something that's a bit of a thicker gel. You can also use just glue or a liquid gel that's more runny, but I find this one is a nice thick and does a good job of gluing. So I'm just going to add some here.